In 1914, the Serbian terrorist group called the Black Hand assassinated the Austrian royal couple. Austria then declared war on Serbia on July 28th. The Black Hand was a secret militia society that wanted to unite Serbia. They were upset with the Archduke for trying to pacify Serbians and planned to assassinate him. They expected a world war, but they expected that Russia would help them. But they didn't expect World War I. Russia and France came to Serbia's aid. France and Germany had been enemies since the 1870s, and Germany came to the aid of Austria, declaring war on Russia on August 1st and France on August 3rd. There were two powers, the Allied powers and the Central Powers. The Central Powers included the German Empire, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria, and the Allied powers included the Russian Empire, France, the British Empire, Italy, Romania, the US, Serbia, Portugal, China, Japan, Belgium, Montenegro, and Greece. Including the British Empire, it was 19-4. Germany had a huge army and navy, including submarines. Britain had the most powerful navy, and Russia had a huge but outdated army. They expected the war to last for about 6 weeks, but it lasted for 4 years. Canada got involved because of Britain. Canada had 3,000 soldiers and 75,000 militiamen. In October, 32,000 volunteers called the Princess Pats sailed to Britain for 6 months of training. Following the Princess Pats came volunteers. They were hastily trained and issued a kit which had problems. In addition to the Ross rifle, the kit consisted of a steel helmet, greatcoat, blanket, knapsack, ammunition pouch, gas mask, and a shovel for digging trenches. Tom Lombo, Canada's champion athlete from Six Nations Reserve in Ontario, became the world's top distance runner in 1909. Tom joined the army to fight in the war and was incorrectly presumed dead. When he returned home from the war, he discovered that his wife had remarried because of the misinformation. On both sides of the war, soldiers declared a spontaneous ceasefire on December 25, 1914. Canadian Bluebirds were nurses who served in World War I. 2,500 Canadian women served in the Army Nursing Service, traveling all over Europe. Over 40 nurses died supplying aid. Over 500,000 pigeons were used to deliver military messages. The Germans used small pigeon post forms of lightweight paper. Longer messages were photographed and reduced 300 times to microdot size. Bizarre designs and strange patterns called Dazzle Camouflage disguised 2,700 merchant ships and 400 escorts. On December 6, 1917, a Norwegian ship collided with a French ship carrying 2,268 tons of explosives. The devastating explosion destroyed ships, crews, homes, factories, and businesses. The cost was $35 million in damage. 1,950 men, women, and children were killed. Flying machines were first invented only 11 years before the Great War. German Zeppelins were huge airships that traveled long distances to drop bombs. The largest Zeppelins could fly for 100 hours, had a crew of 18, and dropped 907 kgs of bombs from 2,280 meters in the sky. In 1915, Britain created a smaller airship that could hold 3 people. It could travel 72 kilometers an hour and travel for 17 hours. Pilots would go on hunts to shoot down the observation balloons. These hunts were called sausage shoots. A German pilot nicknamed the Red Baron was the 7th best pilot of World War I. He tallied 80 victories flying his triplane. He was shot down in 1918 by a Canadian pilot, Roy Brown. Thank you for watching my presentation on the Great War.